Hello, welcome to Maths class this morning. My name is Olujimi Gabriel. Today, we'll be talking about fraction and proportion. But before we go into that, here is the correction for last assignment. You're supposed to find the square root of 196 and 324. The first thing to do is you use long division to get the factors, after which you pair them together. The multiplication of 1 is the square root of what we are looking for. Another one is, what number can you multiply to this to make it a perfect square? Now this one is square already, this one is square. Only 5 and 11 are not square. So you look for what you can multiply to 5 to make it square, that is 5. And what you can multiply to 11 to make it square, that is 11. Now 11 times 5 will give us 55. That means 55 is the number that can make this number a perfect square. The same thing with 225. Now you look for what you can multiply to the factor to make it square like the other. Now you have 17 here. That means you have to multiply another 7 to make it a perfect, to make 252 a perfect square. The third one is how to get this fraction of, the square root of a fraction, which is this. Now the square root of 36 is 6, square root of 81 is 9. That's how it's 2 over 3. The same thing apply to all other fractions. Now today, here are the objectives of today's topics. Now, fraction and percentage. How to change fraction, how to change common fraction to decimal fraction. This is what you do. Just like our normal division, 8 cannot go in 5, so you put 0 dot dot, you add 0 here. 8 in 5, you have 6. 6 times 8, that is 48. 2. How many 8 can you get in 20? You can get 2. 2 times this, that is 16. To remain 4. And 8 in 45. We call it a terminating decimal because it stops at 0.25. That is how to convert a common fraction to a decimal fraction. Now, we also have another, we call it recurring decimal. When you divide one, when you have 1 divided by 9, you have 0.111111 and it continue indefinitely. That is why we have this dot. But you can see that I have 0.1 with a dot on it. It means the 1 continues indefinitely. We call it a recurring decimal. So you have to just approximate it to any number you like. It could be to 3 decimal places or 1 decimal place. Now to change decimal fraction to a common fraction, the same thing applies. Just like we did in standard form, you count the number of the number you have after the 0, which is 1, 2, that is 85 divided by 100. What can go in 85 and 100? 5 can go here, we have 17. 5 can go here, we have 20. That is how to convert from decimal fraction to common fraction. To change a fraction to a percentage, the first thing to do is, if you want to change any fraction to decimal, you multiply by 100. That is why we have 4 all over 7 equals to 4 times 4 over 7 times 100 is equals to 400 divided by 7. We have 57 whole number, 57 whole number, 157 whole number, 1 all over 2. Now, beg your pardon, this should be 57 whole number, 1 all over 7. This should be 7. This is the answer. How to convert 0.145 to percentage? You multiply by 100, you have 14.5%, which can be written as 14 whole number, 1 all over 5. Now, to change percentage to a fraction, you divide by 100. Just like moving from percentage to fraction. You know, in the previous slide, we moved from fraction to percentage. Now look at, when you have 92%, that means you divide it by 100. When you have 23 all over 25 as common fraction, and as decimal fraction you have 0.92. That is how to change from percentage to fraction. Now we now move to proportion. Proportion, we have unitary method of proportion, and we have two types of proportion. We have direct and we have inverse. Now look at, a worker gets 900 naira for 10 hours of work. Find the amount of work for 3 hours, 24 hours and x hours. Now 900 naira for 10 hours. How much is he getting for 1 hour? The first thing to do is you get the amount for 1 hour. Now for 10 hours the workers get 900 naira. Since we are looking for amount, the amount is always on the last part of a sentence. Now for 1 hour the worker gets 900 divided by 10, that is 90 naira. You can see, before you can do any calculation on this, you have to get the amount the worker is getting for 1 hour before you can now get for 3 hours, 24 hours and x hours. Now look at, for 1 hour he gets 90 naira. Now for 3 hours it will be 3 times 90, which is equal to 270. For 24 hours it will be 24 times 90, which is equal to 2160 naira. Now for x hour it will be 90 times x times 90, which is equal to 90x naira. Now this is an example of direct proportion. The more the time worked, the more the pay. Now if you work for 1 hour it gets 90 naira, 2 hours gets 180, 3 hours 270. The more the time, the more the money is being paid. You can see it is direct. When one increases, another one also increases. That's what we mean by what? Direct proportion. The more the time worked, the more money paid. Now look at this one. 7 workers dig a piece of ground in 10 days. How long would 5 workers take? Now the first thing to do is, here we are looking for time. Look at, you can see time could be in days, hours, months, year, depending. Now time will be on the last. 7 workers take 10 days. You have to look for the amount of time one worker will take. Now 1 worker will take 70, 10 times 70, which is equal to 70 days. Now for 5 workers it will be equal to 70 divided by 5, which is equal to 14 days. You can see, more workers, less work. When it was 1 worker, it takes 70 days. When it was 5 workers, it was just 14 days. And when 7 workers did it, was 10 days. Now this is an example of inverse proportion. Fewer workers take longer time and more workers take shorter time. You can see 7 workers take 10 days, 5 workers 14 days, 1 worker takes 70 days. The more the workers, the fewer the time. Now 5 people took 8 days to plant 1200 trees. How long will it take 10 people to plant the same number of trees? Now as usual, 5 people take 8 days. Now you have to look for what it will take 1 person. Now 1 person takes 8 times 5, which is equals to 40 days. You can see I'm not using the number of trees. I'm just looking at the number of people that plant this number of trees in 8 days. Now 1 person will take 40 days to plant 1,200 trees. Now 10 people will take 40 divided by 10, which is equals to 40 days. You can see, first of all, here you divide, you multiply, then you divide when you are dealing with inverse proportion. Now a girl buys 70 pence of for 210 naira. How much will 10 pen cost? You can see 70 pen cost 210. You have to know the amount of 1 pen, which is equals to 210 divided by 7, which is equals to 30 naira. And 10 pen will now cost 10 times 30, which is equals to 300. Now look at, this is also direct proportion. First of all, you divide, then you multiply. The other way around is for the inverse. Now assignment for you to do, you can see, just follow the same procedure, but the first thing to do is to establish which one is direct and which one is inverse. And here is the summary of this topic. Now for further reading and more exercise, get your general mathematics for junior book 2 on page 78. Till I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.